Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that everything you believed mattered suddenly disappeared. Your goals, your memories, your dreams. Would life still feel important? For thousands of years, humans have looked at the stars and asked one impossible question. Why are we here? No other species builds temples for invisible ideas. No other animal writes stories about purpose. No other creature spends generations searching for meaning. But somehow, every human civilization has done exactly that. Ancient Egyptians built massive monuments for the journey after death. Greek philosophers spent their lives searching for the nature of a good life. Modern humans send machines beyond Earth while still wondering about their own existence. Why does a small animal on a tiny planet care so much about meaning? The answer begins deep inside the human brain. Around 2 million years ago, early humans started developing larger and more complex brains. Scientists like Michael Tomasello studied how humans developed unique abilities for cooperation and shared understanding. Our ancestors did not only survive by strength, they survived by imagination. They could picture things that did not exist yet. A shelter before it was built. A hunt before it happened. A future before anyone reached it. This ability changed everything. Because once humans could imagine the future, they could also ask questions about it. What happens after life ends? Why do we suffer? What makes a life valuable? Around 300,000 years ago, our species appeared with brains capable of complex thoughts. But the search for meaning did not appear overnight. It grew slowly through stories, traditions, and shared beliefs. A small group sitting around a fire was not just exchanging information. They were creating a world. They were explaining storms, death, dreams, the unknown. Stories gave humans something powerful, a reason to continue. But why would evolution create a creature that worries about invisible questions? Wouldn't survival be easier without constantly searching for purpose? The strange truth is that meaning may have helped humans survive. Groups with shared beliefs could cooperate better. They could trust strangers. They could sacrifice for future generations. They could build civilizations larger than any animal group before them. Meaning became a survival tool. Not because the universe gave humans an answer, but because humans learned to create answers together. Thousands of years later, philosophers continued this search. Aristotle argued that a meaningful life came from developing human potential. He believed happiness was not just pleasure. It was becoming the best version of yourself. Centuries later, psychologists began studying meaning scientifically. Viktor Frankl observed that humans could endure extreme suffering when they had a reason to continue. His work suggested something surprising. People do not only need comfort, they need purpose. But where does this need come from? Why does a human mind refuse to simply exist? Because humans are different from most life on Earth. We know we will die. And that knowledge changes everything. Every animal reacts to danger, but humans can imagine their own future disappearance. This creates a unique challenge. A creature aware of its own ending must find a way to make its short existence feel meaningful. So humans create art. They create music. They create religions. They create science. They create stories that outlive them. All of these are attempts to answer the same ancient question. Does my life matter? The search for meaning appears in every corner of human history, from ancient caves to modern cities, from handwritten scrolls to digital worlds. The tools change, but the question remains: why are we here? Around 40,000 years ago, Early humans began creating symbolic art. They painted animals on cave walls. They carved objects with hidden meanings. These were not simple decorations. They were evidence of minds trying to understand the world. Archaeologist Ian Hodder studied how humans use symbols to create shared realities. A simple mark on a stone can become a story. A story can become a tradition. A tradition can become a civilization. Meaning spreads from one mind to millions of others.